The journey and travels of the uncommon commoner. That phrase, commoner. I guess back in the day, the common person would, take steel or light iron, things like that in nature. Maybe do something with it. Maybe take it to a place where we could reuse it. I don't know, when that phrase originated, the recycling, but, I'm pretty sure they were reusing it, reforming it, burning it up, smelting it, and reusing it for something else. So they were doing that. But the commoner is the one that works with, and I'm using from my perspective, his hands. It's the common man. It's the landscaper. It's the laborer, right? It's the construction worker. That's what I get from the phrase commoner. Like some people might refer to me as the commoner. Well, I can go home and I could just create a melody right now. I have the flair for the arts, same as writing, but I do love this. And with someone like, and I'm not going to say just one person in general, but Jay-Z, for example, right? Sean Carter. Would he be like the guy to make something with his hands, drive? I mean, obviously he has a lot of money, but who knows what he was doing before before he was selling drugs, and he was trying to be the kingpin drug dealer or something like that. Maybe he worked with something like that on the side. I don't know, maybe not, because stereotypically you probably wouldn't think that, especially in the environment that he grew up in. Except there's work to be done in Brooklyn nonetheless, just like that, but I'm going off on a tangent here about this, that, and the other thing. It's the phrase commoner. That's, a lot of people probably wouldn't do that. That's actually very uncommon. You need to update the people that use that phrase, update your terminology of how you define someone that collects metal, and, whether they want to reuse it or they want to take it to a scrapyard, recycle center. That's, kind of uncommon with an average, I believe. That's what I would say. So now I'm on a highway and there's 20, 30 cars. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that has metal and it's taken there. Maybe there's one person or something, who knows, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. So it's very uncommon. Now, when I go to the recycle center, yesterday I just saw a mechanic that my parents go to. And it's they have a mechanic shop, parts are thrown away, and, steel, iron, whatever. They take it back and they get a couple dollars, maybe more than a couple dollars, depending on how much they bring back. It's automatic. It's an auto shop, so they have a lot of scrap metal, nonetheless. But there's people that go there frequently, a lot of times, and it gets congested. But still, nonetheless, it's pretty uncommon. The commoner, the landscaper, the one that or the one that can cut up a sheetrock and redo your whole wall, or that can just add an addition to your house. Is that a commoner? That's skilled labor, I guess. Landscaping is skilled labor as well. You can't just start landscaping. It is logic and reason, but you need to develop a form, this and that, and the other thing. It's just it's that phrase, the commoner. It's someone that, can use their mind, or maybe, figure out how to work with their hands and have an idea. It's a lot of people probably call that person a commoner. I bet you if people were honest and treated my music and me with respect, I probably wouldn't be labeled as a commoner, because, I'd be putting out hits of music, this and the other thing, But, I couldn't care less if I'd still go out and do this for the sake of it. Like a lot of other things. That's what I do. So I don't mind the phrase commoner. I think it's actually kind of funny. It doesn't irritate me. I actually think it's kind of... I think I like to be called the commoner, because it also makes me say that, or believe that, I'm from this planet and I can work with my hands. It's a masculinity trait. It's a masculinity trait. The guy that just constantly, washes himself, lotions, this and that, cutes up for, little photos. It's it gets kind of just not me, Once in a while, it's all right. Put it on your IG account and your Instagram and stuff, but a lot of times, it's just, that's I don't want to say prissy person, but, it's like it's the model. It's what they would call metrosexual or something back in the day. I don't know what the term used for that. Just like it's so not me. There's so much more to life. So much more to life, but it's about being on this planet, just actually using your mind, using your hands for something. There's nothing wrong with creating art, where there's music or writing this and the other thing, But I mean, without this, what would a song and melody do for you? It gets you moved up, it gets you feeling well. If you're in a good mood, you listen to it, it makes you feel even better. But that's just emotion, that's just feeling. I mean, I got two. Well, it's not a signpost, but it's a form of a post to keep certain electrical wires intact. It had a pipe in there as well, and it was a light post. So with this, you wouldn't be able to turn the lights in your warehouse. You wouldn't be able to create something that you have, like a bed, because it wouldn't have the lights in the warehouse. When you look at it from that perspective, the commoner is the reason why you can sleep on a bed and when you have lights in the house, because that post that was used to hold a light tube with wiring, is at a place that, let's say, that it had a warehouse for like mattresses and bed frames, so someone had to install that, someone had to fabricate that. I'm taking it, maybe we could reuse it again, maybe you could melt it and you could use it for something else, but it's a revolving system. The commoner is the person the commoners are the people that make this earth work. Without someone like, not just me, but a lot of other people that work with their hands, this and the other thing, you wouldn't have a society, you wouldn't have a world. You'd be sleeping on, there wouldn't be electricity, you'd be sleeping on, there wouldn't be anything. Everything would fall apart. But you would have your little music and your Instagram account. And by the way, that probably wouldn't put food on your table either. Because the commoners are in there, they're baking the bread, this, the other thing. A lot of commoners are the ones farming, even though they have machinery. They get up at 5, 6 in the morning, maybe even later, but they do a lot of work with their hands, and they get dirty, this and the other thing. So you wouldn't have that apple or that orange or the mango to eat, but you would have a nice little song. So you could take all the fucking songs you want to, stuff them up your fucking assholes. If karma was a fucking reality, none of you had any food, you probably wouldn't have any clean water to begin with. And that's not me something I want to do. That's your justice of law, universal law, and that's fucking God's law. If you believe in that, and you think that God is a good, benevolent being. He's a piece of shit like you people, then I don't know. I don't let that consume me. But I guess if he's just like you, then the world will go on like that as it is. Because you put so much emphasis on this and the other thing, but in practicality, you don't respect anything that's good and decent. You violate, you steal, and then you get shocked, and you get depressed and sad, and you get angry, and you throw temper tantrums or whatever. Like, I care about your little childish, minuscule ways. When me and Froggy over here are on a journey to make a couple dollars and save some items that otherwise were tarnished. And there's plenty of people that are just disgusted with the word tarnished. But it's like, then why are you speaking that language, Just speak your little mental bionic code there and, send something to another person, mentally and shit. But just, alright, he's not gonna let me do that. Congested, so I'm not gonna back up in the driveway like that. Go ahead. Yeah, I guess it's really uncommon for me to say that, because not many people talk about that. Everyone just plays their part in this world, plays a little part, keeps their head down, their mind closed to the truth, this and the other thing, and just, as long as they get to go on, this and the other thing, have some fun, and, look all cute and this and the other thing, everything will be just fine, right? In their little minds. It's really not like that, though. At least it shouldn't be. But let me see. Let me just park it straight. You know, it's... I actually like to be called the commoner because those are the people that make life possible, and they're usually, at least in my opinion, strong, and they get by.